Hi, I'm Hunter Roulet, and you're watching AVR on YouTube in glorious high definition.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Joel Iliev is a computer animator who got into movies, but the big thing is started out here at Horton High School. Hi, Joel. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Now, I got to ask, man, you went to Horton High School. How'd you end up working in movies?
Well, it's kind of a long story, but I'll try to make it as short as possible. I graduated from Horton back in, I think it was 1993, and decided I wanted to go to Acadia University because it was close to home and save on lodging fees, stuff like that. So I enrolled at Acadia, went into biology, and soon realized biology wasn't exactly what I wanted to do. I wanted to do something that was kind of more artistic and creative. So I started looking around for, what kind of possibilities were out there. And I decided to take some art history courses and immediately fell in love with, the arts. Took some fine art courses such as painting and drawing and stuff like that, and just really fell into it. I've always loved movies too, and drawing and painting and stuff like that. So, I spent a couple of years at Acadia doing that, and then started to look around to see what was out there after Acadia. I knew loving the arts. I wanted to work in the arts, but I didn't want to work at a gallery or something. I wanted to do something a little more exciting. And my father came across an article in the paper. It was for this new school that had just opened in Halifax teaching 3D animation. So I kind of looked into that further and did some research on it. And I put together a portfolio and got into school there for a year and learned, the basics of animation. And that's, basically how I got into it.
Wow, that's really neat. Now, I got to ask you, what courses would you recommend that high school students take that are thinking about getting into computer animation?
Well, it really depends. I mean, computer animation, you immediately think, you're sitting in front of a computer all day and you're just, making little things move around on a screen. But, when you're working on movies and stuff like that, you're trying to recreate the world. So, I use a lot of physics every day in the stuff that I do. There's a fair bit of mathematics and stuff like that. But overall, you have to have an artistic and creative eye for this kind of stuff. So, any course that, any art course, whether it be drawing, painting, drama, stuff like that allows you to kind of convey emotion and, some sort of artistic sense, would totally help in this kind of field. I know a lot of the universities don't offer anything in terms of, the closest thing they would offer would be maybe computer science, which would be more programming. But, there are a few schools around. There's the Center for Arts and Technology here in the city that offers a few programs. And the NSCC as well, they offer a great animation and motion graphics program that, are great. They offer tons of courses that will get you up to speed and hopefully a job.
Well, I'll tell you what, the reason that we're talking here, Joel, is because I just found out you worked on the new Tron 3D Legacy film. What did you do on the film?
Well, I worked out in Vancouver. Myself and another friend here in Halifax, we have a company called Delicate Machines. And he's out in Vancouver right now working on another movie. But we were subcontracted by a company called Prime Focus out there to come out and do some work on it. And my main job when it started was back in February, and I worked, about 7 months out there as a CG supervisor, working on a specific sequence for the movie. So what that entailed is, day to day, taking a shot that would come in from production, kind of figuring out what effects have to be applied to that shot, and then, managing a team and making sure that everybody is hitting their production deadlines, just keeping the general production on track. So it was a great project. I haven't seen it yet, so I haven't seen the final product, but I hear it's really good.
Well, I'm actually going to go see it today. Did you get to meet any of the stars or go to the premiere for the film?
No, unfortunately not. The job that we do is at the tail end of the production. So we're taking everything that's been filmed already and kind of applying all of the effects and final touches to it. So, any of the talent that has worked on the film is, long gone by the time we get this stuff. And the premiere, there are so many people that work on these films. I don't know the exact number of people that worked on, Tron Legacy. I'm sure it was close to 1,000 in the end. So, it's one of those things where only the people, who are, high on the high level, producers and production managers and stuff like that, they may get an invite to the premiere, but the guys that do the grunt work, not so much.
Now, this wasn't a one-of. This wasn't the only film you've worked on, Joel. You've worked on a bunch of other films.
Yeah, no, I've had, the great fortune of being able to work on, a few films over the past few years. Tron Legacy is the newest one. The one before that, I worked on Twilight New Moon. You have to excuse the phone in the background there. Twilight New Moon, Wolverine, what else? Sin City, Day After Tomorrow, Hellboy, Dragon Ball Evolution. So yeah, a few films over the past few years.
Wow, so people can go out and rent those and check out A Local Boy Done Good. And I really appreciate you being on the show here, Joel. And maybe just one kid will stay in school and keep their options open. Yeah,
definitely. And I'd like to offer myself to anybody, who has questions about this. So by all means, if you want to visit delicatemachines.com and just shoot us an email, I'll be more than happy to answer any questions you have about getting into the industry or what schools to go to.
That is Joel Laliev, and he is one of the animators on the Tron 3D Legacy film, A Local Boy Went to Horton High School.
Hi, I'm Rob Lepper, and you're watching AVR on YouTube.